Rawson. It's Rawson, Stu. It's Rawson. Rawson and Royal Netherlands. All right, so that's probably the structure. That's like right where all the red is. Yeah, that's probably the structure that burned. There's something putting up a lot of black smoke. Yeah, like right there. And that's probably another homestead that was, so that's, yeah. Okay, if we come back to it, we can show them some of that. Yes, sir, go ahead, sir. Hey, Facebookers, I'd like to chat with you guys, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be busy with the station coming back to us. Copy all. Copy. Susie on one. Perfect. All righty. That's the western flank, that's the northern flank, that's the eastern flank. All right. Yeah, let's look what it looks like. Bet you it was like some sort of fencing or something. Probably, or maybe even brush clearance. Well, Juan, these are probably some of the homes that are actually under evacuation. Not sure if that's the structure that they were talking about. They said one structure already has been destroyed this afternoon at this fire out here in the Winchester area. Just getting out here, of course, we are not the know all, say all, but we're just figuring that this is the area right down there. That's going to be near Netherlands or Royal Netherlands Drive, and you can see there's crime tape down there as well. So we're thinking that this is the area where that fire kicked off earlier this afternoon, and it gives you an idea how quickly these flames can move, especially once they get caught up into that light grass near some hillsides. Now, at this time, they say 75 firefighters on the ground. CAL FIRE is out here with helicopters. There's one of them right there dropping water. There's at least two CAL FIRE helicopters out here dropping water. Fixed-wing tankers have already been out here making some Phos-Check drops. That's that flame retardant. That's that red stuff that you see right there on a lot of the lines in the area right now. They're basically trying to get those containment numbers up. The winds seem to be pushing these flames a little bit to the north. Sorry, we missed that CAL FIRE drop right there from the helicopter. A lot of hot spots out on the edges of this, and it is light grass, so this moves very, very quickly, and that's what one of the problems is, to get those containment numbers up and get these flames to stop. Again, this is happening in the city of Winchester out here in the Riverside County area. It is actually right between Lake Skinner and Royal Diamond Valley Lake. So it's like literally right between those two huge water sources. So the helicopters will have a lot of areas out here where they can pick up water. Now the ground crews, they brought in dozers already, but the numbers, they're not looking good for the containment. We're still hearing 0% containment. 300 acres have burned. 6 properties have been evacuated. Not sure if the one where we saw earlier on where the fire had started is one of those properties, but you can see out here the Phos-Check lines, those flame retardant lines, are near a lot of these properties properties that are up here. These are under the mandatory evacuation. They also have fire trucks scattered through this area around these little homesteads, probably for the structure protection situation. Right now, though, only one structure, and they're only calling it a structure, so we don't know if it's a home, but we do know it was unoccupied, and that structure has burned this afternoon. Now, the Cal Fire, with their helicopters, they're doing a lot of water drops. The aerial stuff is really what's going to be doing the brunt work, or the heavy lifting, as it would be, getting out to these farther locations where these open flames are. But it's very hilly out here. The terrain is very rough. And of course, the vegetation, as you can see, very low to the ground, type of a grass, so it's going to be a very flash type of fire, burning very quickly, and then kind of just burns itself out. Nevertheless, though, when those flames get entrenched and the winds start blowing those embers, it just carries and carries and carries. Right now, a very active firefight. I see some active flames out here on the northeast corner of the fire, and it gives you an idea what they're dealing with. You can see how quickly this stuff moves as it gets up these hillsides. Now, Cal Fire, Riverside Fire, they're all down there. They're doing what they can to get those numbers up. Right now, there's not that high temperature, but the little bit of wind and, of course, this terrain going to make this fire very difficult to fight. Did he do the drop and I missed it, or is he just showing up? Copy. We'll just keep an eye on him. Susie, we're looking at one of these for these big firefighting pieces of equipment. Not quite the 747, but this is a large aircraft. It's a C-130. It's been repurposed to fight fires. Originally used as military and cargo carrying aircraft, but this one, like we said, repurposed. It's going to be dropping Phos-Check here in just a moment. They can't just pick a spot and drop. It is a very organized type of situation. There's actually somebody up here called an air boss. It's a smaller aircraft keeping track of all the fixed wing and the helicopters, because they can't have them in the same airspace at the same time. Very dangerous situation. So basically, he's kind of just waiting for that nod, as it would be. It's not a nod, it's a radio call, but just to say he can come in and drop. A little bit of leaking going on right there, too, I can tell you. That's a little of that red streaming out the back. I understand that he just got that okay to come in, but you can see him making his way over some property right there. There is a line already established, and basically what they do is they just keep reinforcing those lines until they feel that that area has been taken care of. Very cool flying. I would pay to ride on that thing, I'll tell you that. And take a look at that, just dropping that long line. And like we said earlier on, not quite that 747 or that DC-10, but a very effective aircraft. That thing can carry a lot, and right now dropping those lines. One of the reasons why they dropped right there is if the winds change, they don't want those flames coming back this way. Live in Sky 9, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you two in the studio. Oh, no, it's all good. Oh, CBS. Thank you, man. I can't listen to both on this one. I have to actually shut you off. We're in the backup today. Talk to you later, Paul. All right, Facebookers, we got a couple minutes. I don't have you guys up, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get any kind of reception, as we are a little bit higher up in the atmosphere as we usually are, because of this is a fire and we have restrictions. Also, I got to make some pretty pictures here for the continuing news coverage, so I'm multitasking a little bit as I try to get to you guys just to see what your questions and I'm sure information. I know we have a lot of friends and folks out here in the Riverside area, and I know that when people live in this area, they have a lot more information about locations and street names and what's going on where. So I'd really like to get to see what you guys are talking about. Cal Fire is out here. They're assisting Riverside County Fire this afternoon. We know that there's at least 2 helicopters dropping water on the active flames that are going to be on the northwest corner of this fire. The northeast corner seems like where they're doing a lot of fixed wing and fire retardant. That's that red stuff that you see. Right now, don't have any Facebook up, but we're taking a look at what's going on up here. We know that one structure, and when they say structure, it's kind of a vague type of thing. They're saying a structure could have been a barn, could have been an outhouse, could have been a garage, but they are saying no injuries, so that's a good thing. I'm going to push in real quick, get a picture of one of the Cal Fire, the men and women of Cal Fire, dropping water on some of these hot spots. And you can see how effective that is when a professional like that is flying a helicopter. Look at that. And that's no offense to my buddy Brennan. He's a professional as well. We just don't drop water. But you can see that one drop and boom. We are on Freak 5. Copy. I'll try not to make any dramatic moves. Hey, Micah. Why are you so quiet, Micah? Okay. I will, unless there's another. No, there is another drop coming in, but it's happening right now, so don't worry about it. We'll reference that one. Tell me that's not what I think it is down there. I was going to say that looks a lot like a news helicopter. All right. I don't know what they're going to see. What are they seeing that's so better than what we're seeing? Yeah. You know, the positive, I don't know if I want to bring this up. I might not say this on the televisions, but I'll say it on the internets for sure. It does seem like the flames are kind of moving towards the Diamond Valley Lake. Yeah, so that's gonna be a natural break. I don't know. You don't have to be a fireologist to figure out that when it burns to the water, it's going to stop. But that is a huge positive. They're talking about super light winds, 5 to 10 mile an hour, I think is what. Okay, 10 seconds, copy out. Yes. Well, ladies, this fire moved very, very quickly. Started out right by a home out here, right by Royal Netherlands and Rawson. I think we can get you that shot as we move out a little bit and find that one piece of property. We actually saw that house earlier on, and there was actually crime tape around it. So that's probably the ignition spot right in this area right there. And it shows you how quickly this will burn. When you have these light fuels like grass and just a little bit of wind, we understand 5 to 10 mile an hour winds. And then, of course, a little bit of uphill terrain, and boom, 300 acres in less than an hour. Now, Cal Fire is out here. The men and women of Cal Fire are basically in the air. They've got the fixed-wing aircraft, and then they have some helicopters dropping water on a couple of hot spots around the edges. Then we have some video from earlier on when one of those big C-130s was doing a Phos-Check drop. Phos-Check is that red stuff that's coming out the back. It's basically flame retardant. They don't have any containment numbers on this fire as of yet, but they're putting those lines on this side of the fire, basically the south side of the fire, because the north side is actually a lake. If there's any good news to report about this fire, it may be fast moving, but it's basically moving towards a lake that's going to be Diamond Valley Lake. Again, this is happening in the Winchester area out in Riverside County. Live in Sky 2, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you guys in the studio. What did I say? Oh. I was actually thinking I didn't mention the 6 homes that are needed evacuated. Oops, sorry guys. Winchester, yeah, thank you guys. Sorry about that. I'm sure you guys picked up on that pretty quick, huh? Dana, did I say something off color? My mic is always hot, by the way, and I kind of know that, but I appreciate the heads up. I like gladiator movies. Does that count? All right, copy. Is this person going to do a drop? Is this guy doing a drop, or is he just kind of just circling it? Right now we're south of, right now we are. The fire itself is actually on the southwest corner. The western corner is actually parallel with the lake, and the eastern corner not quite to the eastern part. I got to get that plane. Protect the homes. They are protecting the homes. They got 6 homes are threatened right now, and they're all under mandatory evacuation. Well, the fire is basically at the west end of the lake, right? And the east part is not quite all the way to the eastern part. Oh, you can't hear flood? Oh. Yeah. We're in the backup today. It's set up a little different than the primary ship. Brendan was just wondering why I was calling out the directions. He wanted to know if we wanted to go there. See, that's Diamond Valley. Yeah, Diamond Valley right there, west side. Yeah, I haven't heard any updates. Actually, I have the scanner off. Simon Desk, what are we still at 300 plus acres, or did they give another update? Up, up, Cabio. What's up, Jerry? Awesome place to eat. Well, if we're up, we're never stuck anywhere, but if we're up out here for dinner time, we'll definitely try to check it out. I don't know how we'll get there, though. Is it actually on the airport? Bambi's hangar? Or, huh? Looked like Hemet. Our helicopter is in for scheduled maintenance. All right, I'm not the fireologist in the aircraft, but I would say they should start putting FOS check right here, right, right in this area right here. Where is Winchester? Yeah, Westchester, Westchester, Winchester. Winchester. We're very close to Hemet. That's horrible. So anybody that's down there that are naysayers are saying that they totally missed that. They didn't. I'm sure that the plan was to drop a little bit in front, so that's going to cool the area in front, and when that flames work their way to it, it'll put itself out. That's a pretty common way that they slow the fire or do water drops from the aircraft. Giving you an idea, though, that what's going on is it's working its way over here to the Diamond Valley Lake area, and as it's going to make its way over to the shoreline there, it's pretty much just going to put itself out. A lot of the active flames in this spot have already worked their way on the low side of the hill, so they're going to be moving slower as they're working their way down that hill, which is also a huge plus. If we work over to show you more of this right there, that's probably a lot of the 300 acres that's burned. This is the west side of the fire out here in Winchester, and this is going to be the east side out over here. Now, there are 6 homes or properties inside these inside the area where they believe the fire is going to be or may go to. They've got mandatory evacuations for those homes. Some of them are actually beautiful big homes, and others of them are just areas where people are living right now. Nevertheless, they are doing mandatory evacuations. They've got one structure that has been destroyed. Now, when they say structure, that's a vague reference. They're not saying a home. They are saying it was unoccupied. So it may have been a house, but it also could have just been an outbuilding of some sort. Right now, though, this is very light fuel that's out here, a little bit of wind, a lot of terrain is going to be creating a way for the fire to move very quickly. And that's what we're seeing here this afternoon. The fire, when we first heard it a couple hours ago now, maybe 90 minutes ago, they were talking about 25 acres at the corner of Rawson and Royal Netherlands Drive, and then that's going to be right over here in this area. And you can see that this is the spot where they're working right now. This is probably where the investigators are going to be checking it out. You can see that there's some crime tape around that area, and this is probably the spot where it started. Sadly, and I mean this because this is such a shame when things like this happen, you can see some sort of construction going on right there. Possibly they were putting in a gate or something like that. Maybe a simple spark from some of the machinery is what sparked it off. It way very quickly into that brush, a little bit of wind, and then once it got up on that hillside, it was on and going. Ran up that hillside and worked its way over. Okay, copy, and I'll talk about evacuations this time. Rosa, this is Winchester, California. Just kind of think Hemet, Riverside County. Yeah, Geraldine, I think you're right. You know, it's always sad when it's something like that. You always kind of, I personally worry for whoever it was, the workers. Sometimes they get blamed for this, or sometimes they get a bill. It's, you know, that's the thing. I think if it's an accident, it's an accident. I don't think there was any kind of intentional situation going on down there except for the intention to do their job. But like I said, we don't know how that's going to go later on. Right now, that seems to be the ignition point down there. What is that plane doing besides coming at, no. All right, copy. A lot of the fixed wings are back here on scene. There's the smaller ones, not the C-130 that we can see, but they are kind of setting up to do some drops. They're just going to keep dropping those, dropping that FOS check, that flame retardant, and just reinforce the lines that they have out here just in case the winds do change direction. Well, one of the big pluses is right now the flames are actually burning towards the lake, and that will be where that fire stops once it makes its way to the lake. Of course, they're going to be keeping an eye on the embers and maybe on the other side of the lake, making sure that nothing catches fire over there. I just see some open flame. Let me get to that real quick. So it gives you an idea what it looks like under all that smoke, what's burning. It is a very active fire. A lot of it is kind of hidden underneath the smoke. Every now and then the winds will move a little bit and we can actually see some of those open flames, and it moves very quickly. That's the thing. This is very light fuel. This is a light type of grass. It's just going to burn, and that's it. There's not going to be that many hot spots left behind. It just burns and just completely gets rid of anything in the area. Copy. Well, that's some of the open flames that you can see right there. This is a very fast-moving brush fire out here in the Winchester area, Riverside County. There's 6 homes in this area, and they've all been under mandatory evacuations this afternoon. They're also talking about one structure that has been destroyed. They're not saying it's a house. They're just calling this a structure. Right now, this is being fought from the air by CAL FIRE, helicopters, and fixed-wing aircraft dropping those Phosgec lines. You can see one off there in the distance. Now, the one good positive thing that we can say about this fire, if the winds continue the way they are, the flames are basically burning their way towards Diamond Valley Lake. You see it there in the distance right now. 0% containment. 300 acres have burned. No injuries, but one structure has been lost. Live in Sky 2 over Winchester. I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you ladies in the studio. Who keeps the video for 2 years? Wow. Wow. Just the off air. And Facebookers, if you guys are still watching, I appreciate it. The issues are basically what they're going to keep an eye on are these active flames right here that are working their way. They are working their way towards the water, and that is a huge plus. And there is actually a road there as well. But we've seen in the past that the flames can jump roads very, very quickly. So hopefully they're going to keep an eye on this, and the winds won't change, and it's just going to work its way out to the water, and it's just going to kind of put itself out. And then it's what they call mop-up, where they kind of go around and get all the hot spots in the middle. But there aren't that many hot spots, and that's what I'm talking about. When there's these low grass or light, what they call light fuels, it burns completely. A lot of times when it's medium brush or chaparral, the flames will basically it'll burn through an area, but there'll be a lot of hot spots left behind. There'll be a lot of areas that'll still continue to burn. So in this case, we don't have that, which is a huge plus. These open flames that we're seeing right here, though, that's the huge negative right now. No control on where this is going to go. CAL FIRE, the men and women of CAL FIRE are fighting this from the air. We've been watching as they've been dropping water on these hot spots with their helicopters. And you know what? It is a very effective tool. We actually see when those helicopters come through, they do those drops, and boom, a large section of flame just goes out. And that is a huge positive. Right now, though, they're talking about 6 big pieces of property out here. Those are homes. They're being evacuated. Again, this happening in Winchester. If you're thinking, where's Winchester? It's in California. We're out in the Riverside, East Riverside County area. We're right between Lake Skinner. Well, we're actually closer to Diamond Valley Lake, but Lake Skinner is off to the south. Diamond Valley out to the north. Flames are actually working their way almost to the water right now. CAL FIRE, they are working from the air a lot. They've got the Phosgec, the lines being dropped. Hang on, I got to work. Go ahead, sir, go ahead. Wait. I can't hear you because of the IP. Go ahead. All right. What's the turnaround time? All right. All right, Simon Desk, I've got some unfortunate news. We have about 50 minutes on station, 5-0. French Valley, not fueling today. They are closed for fuel. What's up? Oh, okay. It's going to be San Bernardino. It's going to be about a 15-minute each-way trip, maybe more. No, but we could do top of the 6 and then go get fuel. There's that. There's always that possibility. Right? We can do top of the 6, right? Yeah. Hey, there's no chases or anything going on, are there? And even if they are, what? Yeah. When we're on the ground, we have to talk about what we're going to do at 8 because I'm sure that's going to be their plan. Okay. That's what I'm thinking too, but like, we'll talk about it when my mic's not hot. Yes. Oh no, Twitter. Somebody's talking about $4 million properties out here along, which one was it, Rawson? Rawson. There's houses with stables. Gosh, what is with me today? Staples. Yeah, that was easy. No, this is nowhere near Loma Linda. I don't think so, right? Loma Linda's OC. Northern Riverside, yeah, this is way south of that, way south of that. Yeah, on this one it looks like we're going to be going to San Bernardino for fuel. Yes, go ahead, sir. Cabial, excellent choice, and I'm actually thinking it's going to burn itself to the water, and that's it. One time, Mark was giving me information about a fire, and he said that firefighters were going to show up and fight that fire until there was no more fire, and then they were going to leave. Sorry. Sabrina, very upset that I didn't know where Loma Linda was. I'm sorry. Sounds like, maybe it is very nice. It's Loma Linda. Oh, I don't think we're going to be, we won't have any time to go to Farmer's Boys today. I wish. Somebody was asking me if we're going to go to my favorite burger place. But I don't think we'll have, it's not going to fall into our time frame. What? Nothing. Maybe. All right, somebody says, Heather says, oh, come on, Heather. Supposedly it's right near her house, and she lives by the reservoir. Winchester Road. Well, if you're on the north side of the reservoir, I'm pretty sure you'll be okay. You might have some smoke. And I would keep an eye out for embers. But other than that, I think that you're pretty safe over there. Yeah, top of the 6, go get fuel. I didn't hear you, Micah. Okay. I hope we got something cool to show. Yeah, that's like the most active part of the flames. And then we can also talk about the reservoir. Yeah, sure. At least it's something exciting to see. Thank you. Yes, it is. That flood. Hey, I said C-130. I knew it was a C-130. It was a repurposed C-130. Huh? Very large. Okay, don't have to talk, don't have to reference. Copy. Oh, I get it. Thank you. Boom! No, actually, it was in the wrong spot. The graphics will be right over it. Keeping an eye on it, but there's a lot of smoke now. Ooh, they got a ring of fire. I'm going to start there then. I did not fall into the ring of fire. That ring of fire. That ring of fire. Is that an old PBY? No, there's no PBYs out here. PBY is the Catalina, the flying boat. 10 away. Not to be confused with the PB&J. Well, Riverside County on the ground battling these flames in the air. We got a lot of the men and women from CAL FIRE out here with their helicopters and some fixed wing. Let's get a look at what 300 acres of fire looked like. It has burned very quickly. This is light grass. 6 homes have been evacuated out here. 1 structure has been destroyed. Any kind of positive news about this fire? Well, it is burning right up to a reservoir out here. That's going to be Diamond Valley Lake. So those flames, when they get to that water, it's going to be pretty much a natural break, and those flames will be out. But fire department, or the fire departments out here, are saying 0% containment, and they will be out here for some time. Live in Sky 2, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you ladies in the studio. Thank you. Keith, yeah, I don't know if you can rewind it. We've been following them for most of the afternoon. We find another one, we will get it for you. Right now, the fixed wings seem to be waiting, or they've going back for more. They're going back to San Bernardino. I don't know if we'll get a shot, but trust me, if they're out here dropping, we are getting pictures of that. What's up? Maybe they're going to Hemet? People are writing the Ring of Fire. See if he does a drop. No drop, going back for more. Did their drop? Nope, doing a drop. There you go. Really? Maybe the same spot? Hammering it. Oh, he's going to be behind the smoke. Or she. Yeah. Is that the Air Boss? Yeah, it is. That's the Bronco, right? Yeah, it's a Bronco. I wonder if he's coming over here doing them. Maybe we should do some Phos-Check drops over here. That looks like a fun ride. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought the A-10 was the tank killer. Wasn't the A-10 the tank killer? A-10, that's the one. What? What? Oh. Because he's got the saw on there. It's like my favorite aircraft ever. Of Hemet? Yeah. Under the smoke right now, but yeah. They're what? Well, that was a good still. Somebody could have grabbed that. Whoop. Where's his buddy at? Right behind him. Go wide, go wide. Oh. What, do you think there's two Cal Fire in a contract ship? Oh, you know what? Maybe it's Riverside. It's OC. Yeah, Orange County. There you go. We got something to talk about. No fixed wings doing any dropping or anything yet? Fixed wings, are they back in? I know you're all excited about helicopters, but I want to see some fixed wing action. Oh yeah, I know that one. I don't know if we're going to time it right. I've got time invested with this guy. This is the only shot of the Orange County ship we have. Yes, it's going north. Yep. Yep. Stu, how do you lose a plane? Well, should I mention Malaysia? Malaysia Air? Yeah, I don't know if he dropped. I just saw him cut across out the window. Oh, okay. You're doing the figure eight? Yeah, it looks like he's coming in for a drop. Oh, come on. Don't do it in the smoke there. What? Oh, man. Making my life a... Nope. Just showing off. Boom! Nuclear winner. Oh, yeah, he's coming back. Son of a gun. Oh, he's dropping behind the smoke. Chip, I don't know. I mean, you got something like really funny and you need to tone it down? Want to bring me into that? Tara Allen is asking if this fire is in Hammett. No, it is in Winchester. Yeah, that's changing directions. They put those lines up in the right spot. Go Cal Fire. megabits. Megabits. Oh, man, we would have had a sweet one right there. Darn it. Yeah, he dropped real high, though. That's kind of weird. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum. Oh, he's just going to do this. He's just going to keep that line. Penny, no, nobody set this fire on purpose. We actually know the area where it started. Penny's talking about, this being an arson. It is definitely not an arson. It was looked like a construction site, and maybe there was a spark, or maybe they were cutting something. Maybe they were using a cutting torch. Who knows? But it definitely was not arson. And I'm actually hopeful that the person that was responsible doesn't get hit with the bill, because it does definitely look like it was an accident. Huh. Somebody's asking me how much water we hold. I'm 98% water. Splash. What, the C-130? Oh, that flank that they're working on right now? It's running uphill, but I think they got a line on the other side of it. And I think on the other side is already burned. So I think they're letting that little cove go. Ooh, look at this. It's making a run. That's attractive. Making a run up the hill. Geez, that's what happens when you get used to one camera system. Why is that guy way out in the water? Is he just having fun? This guy, he's like way out there. Maybe he just wanted to see what the smoke looked like under the smoke. Yeah. Oh. He's going to be in the smoke. Ooh, look how low he is. Oh, man. Ooh, right through the smoke. Son of a gun. And it keeps going. Me and my shadow dropping water on fire. Look at that. Pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice. I give that an 8.5. There we go. Let's see. Oh. That's teamwork right there. I'm not even going to judge that. That was teamwork. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. $800 acres. Woohoo! $800 acres, 800 acres. Copy all, thank you. There we go. I think the wider shots sometimes are nicer when they're not so super tight. Because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to work the camera that technically. I mean, it just looks better. Come on, Stu, can you bring the levels up a little bit? Yeah, I guess I could, just for you. Could you get the color corrected? No, I can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry, Grace. Grace says the smoke is real thick on her side of the lake. Can't breathe. Oh, what? I got a new license? I get a new license? They just said something about new licenses coming out. What's that? There you go, real ID. You were right. Oh, wait, so I need the real ID? Oh, I have a passport, so then I can use my old one and a passport. Even for a domestic flight? That's crazy. Now, that doesn't count for, you know, Sky 9 or Sky 2, right? I can just jump in here, right? I mean, I got my passport, but yep. Brittany says it's heading towards the high school, the Flames. I don't, not fighting or not saying you're wrong, but I don't think there's any homes out here. The smoke might be heading towards the high school. No. I'm going to talk about how that burned right over here to the water, and then I'm going to go to the hot spot on the other side. I'm going to talk about how it burned to the water, talk about the evacuations. I'm going to talk about the hot spot to the north. So this is the west side. That's the east side. All right. I don't know. Roller coaster ride. New roller coaster at Knott's Berry Farm. Riding with you is like a roller coaster every day. Like love is a roller coaster. Think they're going for those little hot spots? Yeah, that's a little hot spot. I didn't even see that one. All right, see what Cal Fire's doing. Coming right through the shot. Wop, 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 wop. Oh, look at that. Woo, sweet. Wasn't there one more? There he comes. Always late to the party. There you go. Oh, look at a toss. Cool to look at. What's up? He tossed it. Yep. It was a cool toss, but I don't think it was quite what they wanted. They're talking about Hemet High School. It's got to be smoke because there's no flames anywhere near high school. I'm Batman. Mark, what are you talking about? The fixed wings have been out here. They've been dropping Phos-Chek. It's over 800 acres is burned. Mark, how big does the fire have to be before you think we should bring the fixed wings out? I mean, 800 acres. Maybe your limit's 1,000. I'm just playing with you, man. No, they've been dropping. The planes have been the fixed wings. The planes have been dropping Phos-Chek pretty much since the beginning. They're talking about 20% containment right now. 800 acres are burned. 6 homes under mandatory evacuation. 1 structure is burned. No injuries to any firefighters. You can see the fire is basically burning its way out to Diamond Valley Lake right there. This end that we're looking at right here is going to be the west side of the fire, the northwest side of the fire. Helicopters from CAL FIRE and Orange County Fire Authority are out here dropping water on the hot spots, but basically it's burned its way right out to the lake, so that's where that's going to stop. Natural break. Out there on the east side, there's been a hot spot that kind of popped up, but the fixed wings basically boxing that in with their Phos-Chek, but there are some hills in that area, and there's some areas that have not burned, so it's kind of a toss right there how they're going to make that stuff handle. Mark, you know I'm just goofing on you, brother. Just goofing on you. All right. Uh, Sadly, we have, oh, well, we might have a little fire, but not a lot. Yeah, and then right out of that, we're done. So one of my cohorts that's in this helicopter in the afternoon or in the mornings uses the monitors as hand warmers, which is interesting in itself. But apparently he also uses some kind of all right, all right. 1 minute on the hit, live pictures, want flames. We still got 5 minutes. Hopefully they don't drop water on this. Anyway, he also uses lotion. What? Yep. So there's like kind of like this layer of stuff, and when I try to move it off with my hands, it just creates more more smear on the screen. Mark, I'm sorry, brother. What's up? Yeah, at top of the 6. All right, so East End, water, 300 acres, maybe the ignition spot. Where is the ignition? Oh, it's too close underneath. Forget it. I'm not. No, that's good. It's good. It's good. So I'm going to talk about the evacuations, talk about the East End, and bring it to an end. That should be about a minute. Pat only copy. Well, Pat, there's some good news and there's some good news out here. This is the last of the open flames that we're seeing. This is going to be on the east end, and you can see right there, that's going to be the Diamond Valley Reservoir. And the flames basically burned their way right up to that reservoir. Also, 800 acres is what they're saying right now is burned this afternoon. Let's take a look at what that looks like as we pan across a lot of that acreage that's burned. 20% containment. Awesome number for the firefighters, and the light winds are going to kind of be a problem, but there's only one hot spot that we see, and that's going to be up on the eastern end of the fire right there. Fixed-wing aircraft have been hitting that very hard. 6 homes have been under mandatory evacuations in the area. Nobody's injured. One structure has been burned. They're not saying it's a home yet, but they are saying it was unoccupied at the time of the fire. Right now, though, this firefight is continuing, and it's going to be CAL FIRE, Riverside Fire on the ground, and they're saying about 75 firefighters are battling these flames this afternoon. Live in Sky 2 over Winchester, I'm Stu Mundel. Back to you in the studio. Caught it at the end. What? Let me find out. Oh, no, no, no. We got to get fuel. Right. Oh, let me find out. That makes sense. Hey, assignment desk, you have a second or a minute? No, a second for your chopper? All right, we want to confirm that at our next stop after fuel is not here, because if it's not here, we have the fuel to get to Ontario, which puts us more in pocket and fuel back to the city. If we're coming back here, then San Bernardino is the better choice. Ontario it is. And Facebookers. Yeah, we're good, I'm pretty sure. There's Tim Lynn, our buddy Tim, hanging out. He's a very happy guy lately. And just confirming, we did do our hit. We are clear to depart. I'm an amateur rocket enthusiast. All right, y'all, we are out of here. As we're departing, I'm not sure if they're going to keep the signal up, but just saying goodbye to y'all. The podcast, let's do a little podcast talk right now. The podcast that's coming out this weekend is going to be Victor Novak, the beer master, master brewer for Golden Road. It was an awesome interview, and it wasn't because we were inebriated, but it was an awesome interview. That guy talks about beer like other people breathe air. I am telling you, man, that guy knows everything about everything. It was an interesting podcast for sure that's coming out tomorrow on Friday. Also, Rotorhead 8 is at the tiller today, even though we're in the backup. And you can find him, Rotorhead 8. It's the number 8, Rotorhead number 8, and you can find him on social media. He loves a good follow every now and then. So do I, Stu_Mundel. And, of course, CBS LA for all your news needs. It is everywhere, and if it isn't there, it will be there shortly. We are flying over the Riverside area. There's a lot of interesting little communities out here. Not little, that's actually quite huge. And a lot of water. There's a lot of water features out here. I don't know if you guys, I mean, the people that live out here, they obviously know that. But I'm always kind of shocked to see how beautiful some of this area is, especially you get a little bit of a lake or a little bit of water, and then boom, trees are growing out here, a lot of greenery. That's we're looking out in the haze. But you can see out here in the Riverside area, actual lake communities is probably the only way to talk about it, and it is pretty nifty stuff. We're headed back to get some fuel. Don't know how long we're going to keep the shot up. I will look every now and then. We'll show you stuff. It is hazy today. We don't have that beautiful scenics. As we are leaving the Winchester area, not the Westchester area, Stu, and working our way back to, well, I guess it's going to be San Bernardino first. We're actually going to go to Ontario for fuel. Pamela, yes, it is the closest, but it is closed for fuel. I don't know if you are an aviation person, but closed for fuel. Yeah, we were going to go to San Bernardino, but the distances, we're not going back to the fire, so we're going to go to Ontario because we got the fuel to get to Ontario safely, and then we're actually closer to the metro or back to the LA area, so that's the reason why we're going there. Kimberly, I will look for the wave. So we're going to turn on the Sky Map 9000 and figure out what airport this is. Technology is amazing. You got the 215 out there in the distance. I'm pretty sure it's the 215. I don't think we're going by Diamond Bar, Bob, but we would. 20% contained, 800 acres of burn, though. Only 2 hot spots, and one of those hot spots is actually going to go away pretty quick. Thank you. We always appreciate it. If you like what you're hearing and seeing, well, the podcast there isn't much seeing, but we do have a podcast where, you know, they call it Up in the Air with Stu Mundel, but they should call it Stu's Favorite Things, because pretty much everybody that's been on there have been people that I just dig talking to, and it has been an interesting mix of folk that we've had on the podcast. We're like on number 11 right now. The next one that comes out tomorrow is going to be amazing. I mean, I thought it was amazing. Victor Novak, super cool guy. It's Golden Road Brewery. You know, we talked about how, like, when my wife and I were going down there, we did a Facebook Live, and you know, I did the Who Doesn't Like Beer, and there were a couple of women who don't like the beer. But we talked about that, and we talked about the new flavors and what they're infusing stuff with. And, you know, if you don't like beer, give it a shot. Go. I would revisit it, at least listen to the podcast, and make some decisions. But Victor, extremely passionate about and knowledgeable about his job and what he does over there. It was an amazing listen, I can guarantee you that. And of course, Stu_Mundel. I'm more on Twitter than on Facebook. I do have a Facebook page here as well. Rotorhead8 is pretty much the same thing. He's on Facebook. He's also on Twitter. We also have Instagram accounts. The Instagram, just pictures, you know. John, I know how to drink it. Vicky, thank you. I appreciate that. And like I said, you know, we're doing it. We do it kind of, you know, just I'm being serious about this. It's just a thing that I do with CBS. I enjoy it. I have to say that. It is a lot of fun. They, or CBS or me, would appreciate it if you guys listen, subscribe. I guess that's the big thing. That's how they do the count. So listening is great. Subscribing is better. But you know what? I do it to bring these cool people to you guys. I'm being serious about that. You guys, you know, I interact with them, but I really kind of just sit there and listen along with you, because everybody we've had on there is really interesting. We're approaching a city called Woodcrest, or an area called Woodcrest out here in Riverside County. That is directly off the nose. Yeah, I believe it's going to be smoky in Emmett. It's going to be smoky for some time. They've got you know, a lot of that fire is out. They got one hot spot. Angelica. Is this the Angelica I know? I mean, I know that I know you here, but are you the Angelica from high school? Glenn, a lot of people, you know, that's the thing. I really dig it that they don't knock it down right away, and we get to have these shots up. A lot of times I can do tours. I know the area pretty well. Thank you, Lynn. But out here, I'm a little lost. I gotta admit, I'm more of a spectator looking out the window along with everybody else as we fly around. I can tell you that I'm pretty sure is going to be Riverside, right? That's Riverside? Pretty sure that's Riverside. And if not, I'm sure somebody's going to be like, hey, dummy, that's fill in the blank. But I'm pretty sure that's Riverside. I think John Kane lives right in this area. I know. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Actually, I think he lives like right here in this area. I think he actually lives right here in this area somewhere. That's a cool looking building. I wonder if that's a hotel. Looks hotel-y. Very nice. And that's going to be beautiful Riverside Airport right there. I don't even need to turn on the SkyMap 9000 for that. Oh, Steve, we don't have the time to explain. Just go with it. No, I was talking to one of the folk. I'm beginning to know the area a little bit better. I know we're getting very close to Ontario. We're going to be approaching from the south, southeast. Yeah. We get a lot of love from the Ontario area, and especially from the Ontario airport. The guys in the tower are awesome. Sorry, the pictures aren't more pretty. It's just a haze. If I turn the camera with the sun to the back, which is not really a cameraman trick, it's the way you really always want to do it, you can see how the picture cleans up very quickly. Stacy, the fire is in an area called Winchester. Why do I keep calling it Westchester? Winchester, out in the Riverside area. We're actually on our way back to get some fuel, and then we're going to head on out of here. Fire is 800 acres, but 20% contained, and it seems like there's only one real hot spot left. And CAL FIRE, along with Riverside County Fire, they're going to be all over it. One of the cool things that I always think is pretty cool to look at is all the new cars. There's the railroad comes in here and they stage all these cars. These are all brand new vehicles. And it's always amazing. I mean, this is actually a smaller lot to see all these new cars and to think that they are all going to get purchased quickly. They bring them in by train, they put them out on trucks, and they take them out to the dealers. And that's what's going on out here. Ooh, the new Chevys. Can't afford it. Stop looking, Stu. You can't afford it. Daryl, we're leaving. We've been. You're sorry that you're a little late to the show. We actually were in Winchester at a fire. We're actually almost in Ontario right now. We're going to be landing here shortly to get fuel. And the fire is, like I said, just a moment ago. Sorry, I know you probably just got in the room or whatever, but 20% contained, 800 acres, 6 homes under mandatory evacuations. No injuries. One structure had been destroyed, but pretty much there's one hot spot left, and the number of firefighters from CAL FIRE and Riverside County Fire will have that under control. Think of ammo. You actually know how my brain works there, Miss Crenshaw. There is beautiful Ontario in the haze. I'll try to clean the shot up the best I can. We're going to be landing at an FBO called Guardian. Nice place. That used to be the bomb. That used to be the place to go. It's still very nice. Don't think I'm talking down about it. There it is, Guardian Jet Center. They're always very happy to see us and treat us very well. Something to talk about over here is, don't know, looks like they're redoing it. There used to be a canine training area right there. Oh, it's still there. All right, I'm going to stay a little bit wider for all you aviation folk who like to watch the landing. There is Ontario Tower right there. Always love to give those guys shout-outs because they always give us shout-outs. Dig those guys. They got the shades down. Landing into the sun, it's a little brutal. Up in the Air, yep, that's the name of the podcast. Up in the Air with Stu Mundel. Surprise, Arizona. Surprise! Wondering if the shot is holding, and if it is, we will take it all the way to the ground. And if it's not, I'm talking to myself, much like I always do. Nothing new. Nothing new to see here. No valet park. Because you think they're going to move us? Executive terminal. Yeah, what's up? Can you hear me? Yep. We're waiting on confirmation. We're good here? All right. 211 on the ground. Beautiful Ontario. May we knock it down.